Well, many critics of macroeconomics have pointed to the models can be quite unrealistic. Now, all models, of course, are necessarily simplifications. So being unrealistic is only a part of the problem. I think what's more important is, because of course all knowledge does require simplification, what's more important is to recognize the normative assumptions that are built into the models. We need to take responsibility for the normative consequences of the models, particularly models that claim to be value-free or value-neutral. Everyday ethics it seeks to understand the middle ground between individual psychology, taking the person in isolation on the one hand, and social norms on the other hand, which are often treated in too clunky and too conformist a way. We're interested in the dynamics where individual psychology and social norms come together to form actual behavior. In particular, by looking at social interaction, we're interested in how people's relations with one another both form the crucial values on the basis of which they act and the goals towards which they direct their behavior. The second major claim here is that reasoning itself is a fundamentally interactive process that is not first and foremost the evaluation of objective truth claims about the world, but psychologically and indeed in evolutionary terms, which of course is primarily about convincing people, convincing oneself and convincing others of a particular story about the world, particular state of affairs. When people explain what they're doing, justify what they're doing, make judgments about past actions and future actions and decisions, they're drawing on recognizable concepts that are essentially publicly available. And this is where the larger sort of social and cultural picture enters into individual decision making. I think PhD candidates should recognize that there are real limits to the power of model building. Obviously, models are powerful, no one denies that, but they need to go beyond relying entirely on models or indeed on experiments and gain some skills in real empirical, observational, indeed I would even say ethnographic knowledge of the world. We need ways to get at what people on the ground are actually thinking and actually doing in all of its concreteness.